And now I'd like to welcome George Anastasopoulos back to our studio for another edition of Timekeepers. Now, the purpose of this segment is to offer timeless tips to help you make better decisions with your time. And today's topic is busy. People are constantly saying they're too busy to do this, too busy to do that. What's your take on that?
Wow, great question, and thank you for inviting me back, Jessica. So the idea of busy, all right, it's the 21st century, and you go to people in greetings many times during the course of the day and say, how are you? And they say busy. Well, you know, when did busy replace fine in our vocabulary? You remember the time when people actually used to say fine?
Right.
See, fine is the way we actually feel, is the experience that we're having, but busy is really the effect of what's happening to us.
Externally.
And so it's very much a different phenomenon. You know, so busy is altogether different. And I know it's the 21st century, right? It's a busy lifestyle that we live. There's lots going on. Well, quite honestly, busy is as easy as breathing. In fact, if you're not busy, well, you're probably dead.
True.
Right?
Right.
And so we have this obsession with busy. We ask the question, how are you busy? And did you notice that when people typically respond to the question, how are you, and they say busy, they rarely say busy, they say busy.
Right.
And so it's partly the mindset around busy as well.
Well, what about those who say, well, you just don't understand. I have a mortgage, my family's crazy, my boss has high demands.
Sure.
What do you say to that?
Well, and you know, and all of this is real, right? So we face those dilemmas as part of our everyday life. But you see, the point is that we're caught up. We're obsessed with busy, and I want to answer that in just a second. But we're obsessed with this concept of busy. You know, somehow we think that it's a badge of honor. We think that busy is a function of, you know, if I'm busy, it's good. If I'm busier, it's better. And if I'm busiest, it's best. Well, quite honestly, that's a bunch of useless B words. In fact, why don't we switch it around? Why don't we get over this obsession and maybe replace the B word with a bunch of E words? Maybe if we're not busy, maybe we're actually efficient, effective, empowered, you know, excited. And those words actually energize us. And so perhaps it's time to replace the B word with a bunch of E words like the ones I just mentioned.
Interesting. Okay, so what are the next steps to get us there?
All right. So very simply, the first step, and if you want to show it on the view screen right now, is these three tips. First of all, we want to change our language and banish the word busy. I mean, everybody says it. It's a throwaway term. It doesn't mean anything. Secondly, embrace the word empower and other E words, such as I pointed out earlier, energized, excited, efficient, and so on and so forth. And thirdly, you're going to say hello to people probably a dozen times a day, your coworkers, clients, whatever the case might be. So reply and repeat a dozen times a day, and I guarantee you do those three things, it's a pretty good bet you'll have a different mindset and approach the day with less of a focus on busy and more of a focus on things like energized and excited and empowered.
Great.
And therefore much more productive.
Well, thank you, and that's an easy tip to remember, to replace the B with the E. So it's your challenge to start that at home tonight. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.